Hi and welcome everyone. I'm back. I say that because we've been getting ready to sell the house. We had renovations and I think my stress level went, like it just went crazy. So I'm back, at least until I move, and then, we'll take it from there. I'm just looking for my video. Let's do that again. Anyway, in case you don't know me, I'm Sandy of Lolly and Sand, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada. And we're still looking for the video. There we are. There we are. Found us. So if you're new, or if you just want to say hello, that's fine too. That's fine too. Say hello. If you're new, say, I'm from Canada, I'm from Ontario, I'm from wherever, I also wanted to say that if you wanted to share my video while I'm talking, that's perfectly fine. If you want to wait till after, that's perfectly fine. I just appreciate it. And I appreciate your comments too. That means a lot. Now, in case you're wondering, this is the stamp set we're going to be using. Oh, surprise. Like, that's not a big shock, is it? Hey there, Rosemary. Okay, so we're using Beautiful Friendship. And again, in case you didn't know, it's retiring. So what I'm doing is using some retiring products. I've always thought this was such a beautiful set. Not only because it's got birthday, congratulations, it's just got, I love this. I love our Beautiful Friendship and so very happy to know you. And I believe those are what we're going to use tonight. Now, in all honesty, I had planned this using retiring inks. However, they're gone. So I'm going to use a little mix of a couple retiring ones with, So my bad. When I made this card, I didn't check that. So who we got here? Hi, Mary. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I'm back too. Hi, Margaret. Okay. It's so pretty. And the one really awesome thing about this is that it is clear. Now this doesn't give you a good indication, but this is photopolymer, which means you can see through it. Whenever you use red, it always takes on the color, but it doesn't transfer. Okay, so there's our stamp set. Let's set that aside. It's definitely a keeper. Alrighty. Oh, you know what I need? Because they're photopolymer, I'm going to put something underneath for a little bit of cushion. And there's Marcy. Hi, Marcy. Okay, so here's the card. Well, there's the base. Here's the card. And I had used Seaside Spray back here. This is Pretty Peacock. This is Misty Moonlight. That's okay. At the end, I'll show you one that I made in a different color. At the time, and thank you, Rosemary, for loaning me some paper. This is what I have left, so I've used it. Pretty Peacock paper. You can't get the individual packages of paper, but you can get the one where you get a few sheets of each of the colors. I noticed that is still available. Anyway, let's get stamping. All right. So first I'm going to do is not stamp with that. First thing I'm going to do is stamp this image. I should show you. Maybe I'll just keep it beside. I know it's kind of shiny, but we'll keep it beside. So this image, I believe this is a distinctive set. I don't know that it actually says it, but it just means there's going to be light areas and dark areas. So on my original, I did do that in Seaside Spray because this isn't available. And I have it on the original. I'm going to do it in Smoky Slate. Now, with Stampin' Up! And probably in inks, but with Stampin' Up!, if you don't want the full force color, then you stamp off. So that's what we're going to be doing. So this, did I say it already, is Smoky Slate. And stamp off. Doesn't look like there's much on there, but I don't want much. So I'm going to stamp it here. You can probably not see that super well. Hi, B. Welcome. Alrighty. And then, so stamped off again. And I just turned the stamp a bit. Remember, when you're stamping, I should check to make sure we're in frame. Well, I can't tell because it's so far behind. All right. If I'm not in frame, I'm sure you will tell me. As long as you can see what I'm stamping here, that's the important part. I don't really care that I'm going to go over this area again. That's going to be under the flower, which is going to be darker. Okay, so that's stamped off once. Okay, and that's smoky slate, and I'm not going to need it for a few minutes. So we'll set it aside. Alrighty, now the big flower. Now this ink color is not retiring yet. So this is Misty Moonlight. There we go. Hi, Sherry. Thank you. I am glad to be back for the next couple weeks. And as long as I get myself in gear and get everything packed to move, all is good. All right, so this is a stamp. Now, I don't know that I needed a block this big, but you know, you use what you've got handy when you've put so many things away. Okay, so I'm going to go about here and on an angle. So I did not stamp off. Okay, we don't need that stamp, but we do need the ink, so we'll keep that handy. The next thing is, I believe, the little leaves. So pear pizzazz, not retiring. And the same thing I'm going to stamp off more than once. So there's two different little stamps, one with, or leaves, one with 3 and one with 2. So I'll do both. So that's 1, 2, and then I'll put one here. And the reason I'm doing this is it's going to focus more on the flower, but give it some background and some oomph, you know, some depth. Alrighty. Hey, Kathy, Jean, thank you. I'm so glad everyone came back, because I'm like, you're thinking, oh, where'd she go? Where'd she go? You know, people move. I mean, I haven't moved yet, but it's a lot more work than I thought, and I haven't even moved. Alrighty. Because I've stamped off twice and used 3rd generation, when I went over this, it didn't even really show, which is perfect. Let's put this one off the page. Another thing you want to do when you're stamping to give your movement is you want to stamp off the page. So stamped off here, 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 and here. And that just, I don't know, I just like the look. And it's pretty. So now I am, so what was that again? That was pear pizzazz. And we're going to need that again. I am going to use Pretty Peacock, but I do want to say that we have other colors. You could probably use Just Jade. I just wanted to show you again what we can do with the ink. So this is this, I don't know what you call this thing, but you can see it's darker up here, later down here, and that's the way it's going to stamp. But make sure I don't do this upside down. In my sample, I really did do it upside down. 1, 2, and then we do the 3rd one here. See how light that is? So in full force, it looks like that, and that's 3rd generation. So that was 1, 2, have to remember, and 3. Such a pretty color. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So you're not going to see very much down here, but that's okay. 1, 2. I do actually even count while I'm making the card. Just saying, I do. I plan on putting the sentiment here, so I'm not really concerned with this area. And I don't want to go overboard with all of the little background pieces. Alrighty. Oh, but you know what? While we're here, nope, I can do that last. I was just thinking I could. Okay, so this is pretty. It's pretty, but it's flat. So what I'm going to do is, oh, I hope my video is not going wonky. It looks okay on my screen. Anybody else? Okay, so I'm using Scripty, the Scripty 3D folder, and it is also retiring, but it is available. Now, I do want to keep in mind that the words go this way, and not that you'll be able to read them. And froze. Now, I should have mentioned to my son not to use the computer for anything. It's probably too late for that because, yes, my phone's up here. Okay, I'm just going to, it's not on the table. I'm just going to give this a quick emboss. Hopefully you can still hear me. Hey, Elaine. Welcome. And there we go. Okay, so quick little step through the embossing folder and look at the difference. Like, I just think that makes a world of difference. So, and I love the scripty folder anyway, you know? Okay, so that part's almost done. I'm not going to do the sentiment yet, I think. Or will we? It's a skinny piece. Here it is. I knew I had a skinny piece here and I didn't want to mistake it for, you know. Alrighty, so, yeah, so very happy to know you. All right, and I'm going to do this backwards, and I want my Misty Moonlight. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this in Misty Moonlight. Oh, good, it's working again. Good. I haven't used it very much, so you notice me pushing that. That's because it hasn't gone through there a whole bunch, so, and I hope that didn't jiggle the table. Now, the beauty of clear stamps is you can see what you're doing, and I love that. So, still on the cushion of the grid paper, and yes, we do sell that. Wasn't what I planned on using, actually. The other thing you can use is, oh, no wonder I didn't see it, is this. This is really good cushion. It's the Stampin' Pierce Mat, which you will not see in the catalog, by the way, but it is available. I just want to see if that looks pretty straight. Just notice, though, that I did it on the edge where it's cut, so I'm going to do it again. You know when you cut and it pushes down and it leaves a little bit of an, kind of like a ridge? Well, I don't want that, so I'm going to do it again. All right. Now I'm just trying to make sure I don't get my head in the picture. Let's go over here so I don't have to hopefully cut that side. Oh, for crying out, Peteyville. Let's do it a third time. I'm new at stamping. Hey, Lisa, hi. Okay, this isn't actually the right size stamp. It really would be this one, but it's in use right now. Well, it's going to be in use maybe again. I'm not sure. Okay, so we'll hold that down properly. Oh, for crying out loud, what am I doing? Do it again. What am I doing? What are you doing, Sandy? This shows you that I make mistakes too, by the way, and I'm not doing that on purpose, trust me. All right, so when your stamp is too big, stamp and, okay. Ta-da! Okay, so stamp, put your fingers where you need the pressure when you're not using the right size stamp. So like that, instead of, like I hold it with our blocks, they have this nice ridge, but then the fingers come down and help, which definitely helps since I bunched it 1-2 times. Eek! That happens. All right, so on to trimming this, because that's obviously way too big for a sentiment. Way too big. Now the reason, a couple reasons why I like the photopolymer. One, I can see where I'm stamping, and two, because I stamped it straight, I can cut it straight. If I hadn't, I'd have to go and do something different. All right, so through here I can see the top of the H, so I don't want to cut that off because really I don't want to stamp it again. Did I use the right side? Yes, I did. Wait, did I use the right side? Hang on. No, it was this one. So we get a little bit of that end, but I can always cut it off if I need to. Okay, and I like to start down here. I don't know why, I just do. Start below where I'm. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, keep that, get rid of that. Moving stuff again. I had to kick my son out of here. He took over my space once I moved everything, so everything is not where I want it to be. Oh, thank you for sharing, Sonia. Thank you. Okay, so we're back to, make sure I have the right color. Yep, smoky slate. And clearly I don't need that much stamp. One, and did I do it twice? No, I did not. Also gives that a little bit of a, instead of just plain white behind it. That's why I like this stamp so much. That's why I like this set so much, actually, because it's so pretty. Okay. I am going to trim this tag, and I did bring it. There it is. You know how I always use the triple banner punch? I believe it's retiring. And let's just see. Cut it off about here. And it's always been the stamp I use for making these little end pieces, but you can still get it, I think. That looks like it's in the center. Yep, I like the length too. So we have a little bit of space at both ends. That works for me. Alrighty. Actually, let's now stamp the inside. Then we can say all the stamping's done. All right. All right, so I am going to need some colors again. First thing is going to be this. So that says, so very happy to know you. And this is going to say, I love our beautiful friendship. Now you could say birthdays as well, or congratulations, but there you go. Oh, hey, happy to inspire, Rosemary. Yeah, get this set out and emboss if you can. If you don't, dry emboss. You might want to start because it just makes a world of difference. Hopefully that was enough ink. Otherwise, it wasn't. I cleaned the stamps and I always have to check after I do that. And I didn't when I did that first bit. Okay, so right about there. I'm not going to be too picky. That stamped really nicely. And now, instead of using the big flower, I'm going to use this little one. And I am going to stamp it off. I'm not sure if it's once or twice, so let's take a look. Yeah, I think I'll do twice. Okay, so once here and once here. Because you don't want everything to be like the same, well, at least for me, I don't want everything to be the same color. That's why stamping off makes things really nice. Okay, back to our smoky slate. And this lovely stamp again. Stamp it there. It's not very dark to start with, which is kind of cool. And you notice with this, like it doesn't even bother me that I stamped it on top of something darker, a background on like that. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and now of course we want some leaves. I'm just gonna take these little guys. Just a little bit, like decorate the inside of your cards a wee bit. I like to leave room for writing. So let's go here. Didn't quite stamp it exactly right, so I'm gonna stamp over it with another leaf and then nobody notices except that I told you. Alrighty, and maybe we'll go, nope, I think I'm gonna go right here. And we'll go right into the words. Perfectly fine. Alrighty, my friends, now we're gonna talk sizes because you know I only give the sizes, I don't type them out because I'm a busy girl. I'm a busy girl. All right, so I'm going to use a base of Misty Moonlight, and this is 4 1/4 by 11, so it's half a sheet of paper, and it's scored at 5 1/2. This is, oh, hang on, this is what happens when you don't write it down. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Sometimes I have to write things down because, I don't know. Is it an age thing? I don't know. It works for Christmas. Ooh, that would make a pretty Christmas card. I would love to see it done. And maybe I did see it. I'm not sure. I probably did. Okay, so I'm using the liquid glue. And you notice I don't put a ton on. You don't need a lot of glue. You don't need to cover the whole back. It's completely unnecessary because it's paper. Paper's going to stick to paper, no problemo. So what I did is before I set any of it down, I lined this up to see that these 3 borders are the same width and then just drop it down. Now we do the front. Now, but I'm going to pop it up, the whole thing. There's my, I'm like, where are my dimensionals? I got them. Okay, and it's a new sheet too. All right, this is the exciting part. Watching, I'm just kidding, I'm being sarcastic. Watching me put dimensionals on the back. I don't use as many as some people, but I did test it out. I had, before I took the backings off on my samples, I thought I'm gonna try and just push down and see what happens. And sure enough, it pushed down and I didn't like that. I don't like saggy cards. Well, saggy anything for that matter, but hey, it's an age thing. What can you do? All right, they're a little oddball, but I think that should do it. If you wanted to do it a quicker way, you could use the edges, just cut this part off and use that nice straight strip, but still put some in the center. Okay, and I don't have my take your pick tool with me because, again, almost everything's put away. So I'll do this manually. It's like, which ones did I do? What I have to do? Because, you know, sometimes you lose track when you use a lot, I should say, is there. Nope. Yeah, got it. Okay, is I just checked that they're all shiny, and they are. Okay, so with this, you don't get quite as many chances as you do. You have no wiggle time like I did on the inside. So I'm just going to, I have to hold it up to do this. I don't know about you, but I have to. Kind of do the same thing. Line up those three. And don't press down too hard while you line it up perfectly. Woohoo! Alrighty, we have our sentiment. Perfect. I'm going to pop that up too. But wait. Almost got ahead of myself. First things first. Going to put some glue dots on the back because we need ribbon. And anyone who's watched my videos knows that this is my absolute favorite. Well, it's a twine actually. A gold twine that I absolutely love. I did check before I came on and it is still available in the clearance rack. Woohoo! So I believe, did I write that down? It's a combo pack, and yeah, it's on sale for $9.80. That's Canadian. All right, set that. Oops, that one came with me. There we go. Okay, so here's the combo pack. It's called the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack. So this is my favorite, and because I love the way I can untangle or unwind that and make it wispy, and I like that a lot. So what I'm going to do, and you've seen me do this lots, there's different ways you can do it. You can loop it once, loop it twice, whatever strikes your fancy basically. Just want to make sure I put that on the right way. So I'm going to go like that, and then we'll just cut the end. I don't like my ends to be the same either. They have to be different lengths. All right, now we can pop it up because I did not forget the gold twine. Dimensionals. It's funny, on a desk it has hardly anything on it. Does anyone else do that? Like lose things? I do. It's like they're usually right in front of me too. Now usually with things like ribbon, you can't really put dimensionals on top, but the twine is nice and thin, so you can. Alrighty, wispy little ends will go that way. I want this right about, did I just say a boot? Right about there. Nope, I'd like it actually straighter than that. Now the cool thing about embossing is it kind of allows you then to pick things up better. And I have to do it this way. Alrighty, so we'll get that in to cooperate and be over there as well. I do want to add, here they are, and these are elegant faceted gems, or faceted depending on how you say it. So let's go with these. I can tell I like the clear ones the best. They're completely gone. I think I'll put one there. And come on. And remember, we do things in threes. 3s, 5, 7. It's stuck to my finger, of course. There. And then, oh, almost. Now, not an even triangle. Alrighty, so there's our card. Here's the original. So you can see the difference between the Seaside Spray behind there and then the Smoky Slate. And I was a little bit darker with the, I think because I was actually testing that I decided to make it into a card. Okay, and this one's got, the loops are down here and then up there. I used a different sentiment. Now, I have one more card. Well, actually, let's look at the insides. They should be pretty well the same, a little bit different. Well, yeah, because I switched these around. Okay, so here's the last card, and what I want you to tell me is, do you know what color ink that is? While I put the lid back on my glue, and I'm not forgetting. So this could be a few different colors. And I've done, this one I did the Smoky Slate behind as well. And the other colors are all the same, but I really went bigger with the bouquet, so to speak. I don't know if that's really a bouquet, but you know what I mean. Oh, Any guesses on what color this is? I'm glad you like both the cards, ladies. Thank you. Thank you. I have to remember to clean my stamps. You are correct, Rosemary. It is terracotta tile. Unfortunately, this is the card I was going to make tonight. However, the ink isn't available. Again, the cardstock is, but only in the in color pack. And I did use the darker faceted gems. And there you go. So there's our cards. I really surprised myself that I really like this, you know, that I've actually not even been a fan of this color, for example. And meanwhile, I absolutely love it on the cards. So you could do this with Calypso Coral. I did a test with Magenta Madness. I wanted more of a little more subtle. There's so many colors you could use, and give it a shot. So if you have this stamp set, great. Start using it. And if you don't have it, you probably want it, because in May, and May the 3rd, it'll be gone forever. So thank you so much for watching. I will put the important links up in the video after I'm done. I will be back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you're on YouTube. Thank you for sharing. Follow my page. That's how you'll know when I post things. I understand. I was going to show you with this. So just give this a little bit of a turn. If you think that's too long and you don't want it hanging off the card, cut it. But yeah, you just unwind it a little bit and it looks so pretty. It's not cooperating with me now, of course. When I don't want it to. No, I always want it to. And I'm really going to be sad to see this go, because it is so pretty and delicate. Okay, I could talk all night, but I'm not going to. My son's like, how long are you going to be? It's as long as it takes. As long as it takes. Okay. Thank you again. Bye-bye.